mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Hello and welcome. If you're starting out on live video or live streaming, then Step Up to Live is the show for you. I'm Alec Dorling, your host. Today we're talking about imposter syndrome. Does everyone you know more than you? Do you belong here? Are you a fraud? Why should anyone listen to me? Is it just a matter of time before everyone finds out? Sounds familiar? Then you're probably suffering from imposter syndrome. Let's get right into it. We have Marco Novo here as a guest on the show. Welcome to the show, Marco.
Well, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here because
Great.
this is a really important topic, I think.
Yeah, so for those who won't know you, not everybody will, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Okay, I'm Portuguese, born, raised, and living in Portugal, really close to Spain as well. I started as a marketing consultant and trainer. Okay, but at some point in my life, I needed to share my word to get that personal brand known. And so I was looking for a platform to create my content so I can get this trust, build this confidence, and build
Yeah.
awareness about me. So at some point, I found live streaming by accident, and this is something that I really like: the accidents, the good accidents, of course.
Yeah.
And it was 2015. A friend of mine posted on Facebook, "Look, I'm trying this new platform, Blab." And I said, "Okay, let me take a look." I'm a
Blab.
curious guy.
Going back to
Yes.
Blab days, yeah. Wow.
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then I was there, and I was in the chat interacting with them, and then he asked me, "Do you want to join in the screen?" And I said, "Of course." So I joined. It was, and people tend to like this quotation from me. It was love at first live. Okay.
I like
Yes.
that. Love at
And
first live, yeah.
since
Love
then,
at first live or live. Love at first live, yeah. Why not?
and then I felt in love with the feeling. At the beginning, I don't know if I felt the imposter syndrome, because I'd rather go live with others. Okay, I think it's better to all than when we go live more than one person. So I gathered some people, and we made some Blab sessions together, maybe 6 or something. Then Blab went down or something. I needed to wait to Facebook to release Facebook Live to mortals, because by those days it was only for celebrities and this kind of people. I'm only a celebrity at my house. I think it's the only place where everybody knows me. So since then, I'm kind of translated from more marketing consultant. Then I became a little live streamer. Then it came the Amazon Live. I turned one of the first Amazon influencers in Europe. Also, I'm live producer, like Russ, for instance. That's one of the places where I met him. And I keep doing my things, creating content. I'm a kind of addicted content creator, and that's how it is. Also, I like to walk around the beach. I had enough luck to be born close to the sea. And
so tell us about this picture. This is one of my favorite places. Tell us a little bit about it.
So this is Santa Lucia's church. Okay, it's I don't know if you know it, Alec, but this building was inspired by the French Sacré-Cœur in Paris.
Yeah, it
Okay,
looks
you
very
can see
much
some
similar. Yeah.
relation. Down there, it's my the hometown where I was born almost 45 years ago. Okay, a
Mm,
small town in the north of Portugal, Viana do Castelo. If you want, one day I can share a legend about that river. Okay,
mm.
there's a nice legend about that river which I can share one day. If you want to make a live show about leadership, it could be a nice story to share with you and your audience, of course. But that's the place where I was born. That church has an amazing view. That particular mountain, because you can
Yeah.
see in the same place river, sea, and mountains, which is not
Yeah, and
normal to
actually,
see.
I have been there, but I have been even higher because there is the Posada Hotel above there in the clouds, and I have stayed there for a week. It's just a wonderful place that you're living there. But
Do you know?
let's get on with it. Imposter
Yes,
syndrome.
yes,
In your words, what is imposter syndrome? I think most of us have experienced feelings of
yes.
doubt at some point in our lives, but in your words, what is imposter syndrome?
I think imposter syndrome is that feeling that you get that you're not good enough to be noticed, that people will like to or want to listen, watch, read your content. So you say, okay, I'm not good enough, I won't be making any difference, so I'm not doing this. I think it's how I understand this is how I understand the imposter syndrome. And could be, and this is something that I like to mention, because this was something that I put it in the poll I made on LinkedIn, because at some point I think feeling the imposter syndrome could be nice,
Mm.
and we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can. I have your poll here. So this is something you put out on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the
Okay, yes,
question and the
absolutely.
answers you gave? And I was really surprised by the answers. So maybe you can just talk about this a little while.
Yes, absolutely. So I when we set this live, I thought, okay, let me make a poll on LinkedIn, because the poll feature, it's a nice one on LinkedIn to get some insights about this topic. And so I came with these four questions. One, it's doesn't impact me at all. Okay. The second one helps me to improve, and that's where I think the imposter syndrome could be positive. Okay. The second is it scares me, but doesn't stop me. So I make that effort to overcome, to make my things. And the last, which is the worst, it terrifies me, it stops me. And this is
Yeah.
something, and it happens. Okay. I think this live show is mostly for those people in the fourth option. Okay. To understand how they
Yeah.
could overcome this spooky imposter syndrome.
Yeah. So, can you give us some indication, where did this imposter syndrome originate? Where does the term come from? Do you happen to know?
Well, to be honest, I don't, but I believe that at some point someone came with this definition, because and in this era where there are so many people creating content, there are so many people making live shows, podcasting, uh, blogging, I think it's a thing, keeps being a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we see so many people on TikTok, Instagram, wherever. There's so many ways that you can show up, and we see as well so many people excelling this content.
Yeah.
Okay, being amazing live streamers, amazing video creators, amazing podcasters, amazing bloggers. So
Yeah.
this is a nice time to understand this
Yeah.
thing.
So I did a Google to find out, and it actually originates from the 1970s when there was some research done looking at high achieving women, because obviously, women and men in the same position, the women have a sort of imposter syndrome. They're high achievers, but they're frightened to put themselves out in case they are seen as a fraud or whatever. So it all goes back to that research in the 70s to do with women. So what are the characteristics of imposter syndrome? We've mentioned one or two, but I can think of a few more. Do you have a few more to talk about?
Well, I think there's always this thing. I'm afraid of what others may think about it.
Yeah.
Another one, which is even worse, is how, because one thing is what I can think about you. The other is what I can say to you based, or how I can react based in what I think about it, which is even more frightening. Okay, because if you know that I'm a quiet person, okay, you may be okay, maybe scared. But if you know that, oh, Alec, come on, I don't like what you're doing. You're really bad at doing that. This is even more scary, frightening. Oh my God, I won't be creating anything. So this is something. And as I mentioned before, today we are impacted all the time with content creators. Okay,
Yeah.
that amazing voice talking in that podcast. And we say, okay, we can't have that voice, and or we don't look as beauty at as that person, even though people are not there to because of our beauty, okay, or their beauty,
Yeah.
okay. And but they could be, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not paid, I don't get food in the table because of others, you know what I mean? Because this is something that
Yeah.
we over compare. But at the end of the day, the thing, for instance, let me put this with us. If I stay too much focus comparing you with me, at the end of the day, you will get your money because you are doing your things, and I'm not getting anything because I'm too busy and too worried about what your thing is saying, doing, whatever. Okay. And this won't pay my bills.
Mm.
And this is something that we should have in mind. What others do, it's their life. What you do, what you make, it's your life, and this is the thing that will pay your bills at the end of the day. So
So I
stop
think I
comparing.
have suffered a little bit from imposter syndrome in my line of work, which is not live streaming at all. This is the side hustle that will grow into the mainstream. But in my area, which is the automotive area, in what I do, I am seen as one of the leaders there, and I'm building up a community. And it's always difficult to go out to the community with being an expert because you're frightened of getting caught out. You actually know everything, and they're not going to ask those difficult questions. But it's a case of being caught out. And also, I'm going to be live streaming to that group, and I don't want to feel like an imposter because when I go live streaming, there'll be a lot of failures. I mean, we need to fail fast, learn. And so before going live in the niche area where I'm an expert, I'm actually going live in this environment where I can make a lot of mistakes, learn, laugh, I can be natural, and then when I go there, I'll appear the expert that I need to do. So it's all about, getting caught out or feeling you're going to be caught out. And it's always been, shall I go live? If I go live, are my peer group going to see me? Are they going to laugh at me? Am I going to be caught out? So I'm using this step up to live to learn and fail fast in a different community. So that's one way I have of overcoming this. I think some people liken it to being a perfectionist as well. Can you talk about the difference between imposter syndrome and a recovering perfectionist? Is there any
Well, this
relationship
is,
at all?
yes, it's a usual profile. Okay, I want everything to be perfect, so I prepare,
Yeah,
I prepare to be prepared, and you never do because you're not prepared. you
yeah,
you won't be never prepared in that perfection way. Okay, so this is one usual profile. The other one is those people with some ego problems, that they think they suck, even though they know everything in the world. They won't feel that they know.
yeah,
Some, they compare themselves, and I made this mistake. This was, I think, was the profile that I could fit in, was the comparing uh, syndrome, which could fit
yeah.
the imposter syndrome. That when you compare, oh, he has better likes than me, he has better voice, he has better look, he has better knowledge, he has better viewerships, he has better audience than I do,
That's right.
so I'm not doing anything. And also there's this as well, this preparation and study uh, profile, which is that person that don't implement. They learn, but they don't implement.
Mm,
Like, let me see what is the best internet speed. Now let me see which is the best camera. Now let me see which is the best microphone. Now whatever, but you don't put in front of a camera, because we are talking about live streaming, just because of that, in front of the camera with the microphone you have, the camera you have, the lights you have, and the knowledge you have, and start talking.
Well, I think you do have the best microphone, the best video camera because you're on Amazon Live trying to showcase all of those things. So you do show them when you're live. I'm sure about it. So what about a live streamer when he eventually decides to press that go live button and is shaking, or he or she's shaking, they're going live for the first time and nobody turns up? So I'm an imposter, aren't I? I should give up immediately, shouldn't I? Or
No, not at all. Not at all.
not at
Because
all. I'm an imposter. Nobody's watching.
no, you're not. No, you're not. Let me go a little bit backward in this conversation, because this is important. If you go live, Alec, you are way above millions of people, thousands of millions of people that never ever will go live. So you right now you deserve an Oscar, because you're doing something that most of the people will not do. So you deserve, just by the fact that you hit that go live button, you deserve a round of applause. Okay, but let me push a little bit back. Preparation, it's the best thing. I never recommend people to start video going live. Never ever in your life. Because if you kind of decide to cross that door Because for me, live streaming, it's the most difficult content format. It's like the F1 in content, because you appear in the camera, people can see how you look, how you sound, can make you questions in real time. So this is difficult. Let's put things clear. Live streaming is difficult. Okay? So if you want to make this transition from nothing to the most difficult, maybe it's not the best option, because it requires so many skill sets that I like to put this in 3 different fields. The technological field, because you need to know how to handle with a microphone. Or I'm not saying that you need to have a $400 microphone like the one I have. No, I'm not. Because if you give me a $50 microphone, I keep doing live streaming.
I told you had the best microphone.
Yes, I have. Thankfully, thanks to the Shure who offered me the microphone. So you have the technological thing. Also, you have the knowledge thing. So when you're doing live streaming, you need to know about a given topic. The topic you're supposed to know about it. Okay. And then you have the third field is the community knowledge. Okay. You need to handle, for instance, nobody's looking. What am I going to do? You keep moving. It's rehearsing. Maybe someone will appear to watch the replay. And who's going to watch a video, a replay, if the person who's talking is like this? Oh, nobody's showing up. No, you need to keep. And this is good, because this will release you from the pressure that having 100 persons watching the first time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yes.
I was also, I know you didn't know about it, but Simon and Garfunkel, well, Simon, they had a song on Bookends called Fakin It. I don't know if you've heard the words, but Paul Simon was having imposter syndrome doubts, and his song was, I know I'm faking it, I'm not really making it, this feeling of faking it, I still haven't shaken it, I know I'm faking it, I know I'm not really making it. So I mean, I think everybody suffers at some point about imposter syndrome. They maybe didn't call it that, but it's nice to know that it's not only you who do it.
Absolutely.
So with yourself,
yes.
Yeah, with yourself, how has imposter syndrome presented itself to you? How did it materialize? What effects did it have, and how did you come to resolve it?
As I mentioned some minutes ago, at some point, at some weight, the imposter syndrome, it's good. And it maybe doesn't make any sense. Yes, it makes, because it gives you some responsibility. Like, okay, you need to come with something useful, funny, entertaining, whatever. But your audience should like what they see or listen, and they should kind of want to have more from you. And this for me is good. This is how imposter syndrome should impact you. Okay. There's so many people talking about consistency as the secret sauce to becoming better.
Yeah.
It's not. Because I don't know about you, Alec, but I started driving at 18. I'm 44. I drive almost every day, and I didn't turn into a pilot, a car pilot, car driver.
No.
Why? Because I didn't have in mind improving. And this, I don't believe in that secret sauce thing, because I don't believe that just one factor could work by itself.
Mm.
It's like, okay, I want to improve, and you just try, do things in the with the lights with the camera off. You are not improving because you need that consistency. So consistency, it's a good sauce, but together with other sauces. Okay. It's like when people say, oh, the important in the pizza is the pasta. No, it's the no, everything is important. Because, for instance, if you have a good pasta, if you have good ingredients in the top, but you don't put in the right oven, you're not getting a good pizza.
Yeah.
As easy, as simple as that. Okay? So my situation was that at some point I was comparing myself with others because they were having more people watching their shows, because they were having more interactions and whatever. And at some point I needed to put my foot in the brake, and I said, well, he's not paying your bills. If you are stuck because of him or her, you're doing a bad mistake. Okay. Another thing that it's important, and this is something that we should realize again, we have so many examples today which could be a problem. Okay. I can be like that. I'm going to give you another example with me.
Yeah.
As Portuguese, I'm not a native Portuguese speaker, English speaker. Okay. I do live shows in 3 different languages: Portuguese, of course, Spanish, and English. At some point, I didn't think too much about this. I'm honest. I know that, and my English thankfully has improved because, again, consistency and will to improve, evaluating and see what I can do better, and then let's do it. But the thing is, Alec, at some point, I made this reflection. Is there Portuguese people that don't speak Portuguese good? Yes. Every day I listen and I read people speaking and writing in Portuguese that, oh my God. And consequently, I asked, this should happen as well with English speaking people. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, Alec, that you heard or read English people or US people, Canadian people that don't speak or write English as it should have been made, right?
That's right. I always go to the German to get my correct English.
So the thing is, having this in mind, I'm pretty sure that the English that I will speak will be understandable. And with that, I can improve. And this is something that you should have in mind. Improve.
I can see that, broadcasting in English with a foreign base may make you feel, an imposter in some way. I can only say that, often a Frenchman talking English is much more sexy than an Englishman, and I think a Portuguese as well. So it's much more likable as well. So there's a lot of positive things I think had on your poll there. So yeah,
well, that's a way to put things. Yes. Yeah. One of the things I like to laugh about is that we have 4 main languages rooted in Latin: the Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese. And it's easy to tell when you listen to Italian speaking English. It's easy to tell a French speaking English. It's easy to tell a Spanish speaking English, but it's not easy to tell a Portuguese speaking English, because we don't have.
I think I can, because I've lived quite.
Maybe you can, maybe. But it's difficult because we don't have. For instance, the Portuguese from Brazil has musicality as well, and The French has that lovely, well, not everybody likes it, but I like
Yeah.
that musicality. Italian, oh my God, it's music. Spanish, they have some salero as well, but we don't. We are sad.
Yeah.
so, but the thing is, if you want, you can always find something to turn it into a problem, into an obstacle. But
Yeah.
if you want as well, you can turn each of these problems, obstacles, has challenges. And for instance, as you mentioned, oh my God, I'm a fraud. I hit that go live button and nobody showed up, not even God. Well, you just made a thing that thousands of millions of people refuse to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I made a decision this year. You have to go live. If you're not going live, your business as a whole is not going to flourish. And in 12 months, 18 months, everybody's going to be wanting help in producing live video for marketing. And if, you need 6 months, 12 months to get up to speed. So I think now is just the right time to get on live video. I really do. So do you have any tips for coping with imposter syndrome? How to get over this? We've talked about
Absolutely.
what you've had
Absolutely.
and whatever.
The first, and again, even though it sometimes people they overdo this, but
Yeah.
in the right measure, it's crucial. Prepare. Okay. If you think, if you think you don't have enough knowledge to talk about a given topic, read, investigate, try yourself before talking about it. Okay, this is important. Also, talk about things you made, things you lived, things you know really well, because this is a way to get kind of shielded from others' opinions, and also because you know by heart, you know with safetiness, with trust that you have the answers, you have that knowledge because you lived them.
So
Okay.
should you take on a mentor? I mean, there are a lot of these boot camp groups about live video boot camps where you're in a private space, maybe a private Facebook group with others who have the same problems. Is that going to help you, or is that going to make you feel worse and pull away from it again?
I think this could, it depends on you how this will impact you, because again, you go to watch an amazing live streamer, an amazing podcaster, an amazing content creator, to put this a little bit broader but in the same space. You can get inspired and try to be like them, or you can turn scared and give up. I don't think there's a wrong or right, a black and white or white. I think it depends in the person. Okay.
Mm.
One of the things I think you should do as well, and getting back to live streaming, is to try record yourself with a cell phone, for instance, with those crazy filters from Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, but just record yourself doing silly things and then watch yourself. And this will remove somehow this shame, this shyness. Okay. Another thing that people tend to find awkward is listening to themselves, because yes,
Yeah, it is
everybody,
very difficult.
everybody, is not just you or me. Everybody, when we hear to ourselves recordings, it's awkward. What you can do is you get used to that. It's the only thing you can do. So you can record yourself. I don't know, maybe record 5 to 10 videos daily and watch them. You don't need to publish them, just to get used to that feeling of talking to a camera, having a camera in front of you. Another thing, you're never talking to a camera. Right
No.
now, I'm talking to you, Alec, and I'm talking to your audience. Because this thing, oh, I'm not talking to a camera, it's silly, it's stupid, it's scary. No, because you're not talking to a camera, because a camera doesn't listen, a camera doesn't have feelings, a camera doesn't understand what you're doing, but the other person in the other side will do that. Another important thing, and you mentioned that some minutes ago, are you willing to go to the cinema, for instance, a theater, a circus, a concert, to see a bad performance? Are you okay? You just okay. I'm gonna buy this ticket because I'm pretty sure that this movie will be awful because this singer is awesome. Because it's awful, awful. It's really bad. I'm gonna go to the circus because I know that the lion will hit the guy.
Yeah.
Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
So you're willing to pay a ticket to see them failing?
Yeah, I often go to amateur dramatics because they fail all the time and it's good fun. We have a good time.
Okay. So you want to have fun, and this could be something important as well. But I'm talking about myself. When I go to a congress, when I go to the movie, when I go to the theater, when I go to the circus, when I go to a concert, I go because I want to get the best from them.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to see an amazing video, an amazing movie. I want to go to see them performing awesome. So if someone stops by your live show, they want to see nice. They don't want to see you failing, believe me. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Alec, but when I see someone doing whatever it is and they are failing, I have that cringe feeling, which is really awkward, really uncomfortable. Okay. So stop thinking that people are there to see you failing, because they are not.
Yeah. So I think really to sum it up is don't think about it, just let go being perfect and just do it.
You
You've
will
got to
never be
do it.
perfect.
You've got to overcome those fears, refuse to let everything hold you back, and you've got to take control. And you need the adrenaline can be good or bad. And when you have the adrenaline and you eventually do it, then all those fears are overcome. So I think, as I say, everybody goes through this to some extent. And I think once you've had it as well, it can come back to haunt you. It doesn't always go away, but yeah. So let's not worry about being perfect. Let's just do it. Forget about all those facts. And if you do need a mentor makes you accountable and
Absolutely.
can push you over that, that line that you're waiting at. They can help you tip over onto the other side. And when you're on the other side, you're in with the peer groups. You're in with everybody else.
If you don't mind, I would love to add something about that, the mentor thing you asked, because sometimes, more often than I want, people tend to say, ask feedback to a friend or a relative. My recommendation, most of the time, don't do that.
No.
Why? Because they like you, and sometimes it's hard for them to give you the right opinion, which may hurt you. Second, and this happens, sometimes they are too skeptical and they don't give you, they give you bad feedbacks, okay? And even more often, they don't understand your journey. They don't understand what you're trying to do. They don't understand your language. They don't understand anything. For instance, my sister, she studied, okay, but sometimes she doesn't know, has no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so my recommend, and this could be hurtful for you. Oh, a friend. Oh, look, I made this video. What do you think? Oh, it's awesome. Come on, let's drink some beers.
Yeah, I've been suffering that my whole career.
They don't understand. So, for me, best feedback sources. Someone who already made the path you're starting today, because he or she knows your pains, how to overcome the situation, whatever. And also people who fits your target audience, because they will understand if what you're saying resonates with them, because this is important as well, of course. If I'm talking, okay, I'm a mechanic and I want to sell you my services and I'm speaking in a way that you don't understand me, Alec, I'm losing my friend. So this is the thing. Be really cautious about your feedback sources, because if you don't choose properly, they can hurt you so much.
I know. But yeah, it's time to sort of draw this to a close. But before I do that, I want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about again what you're doing and how people can find you. And I've got a picture of
that's me.
Marcoting Live there, so maybe you want to do a pitch for your show.
Okay, so if you want to know more about live streaming, if you want to know the right or better gear to start, tech devices, best microphone and whatever, you can find me through Marcoting.live. It's my Amazon streaming platform, okay? And you will find me there, and you can make your questions. If you want to engage, to talk a little bit more with me, you can do that. Or you can go to social media platforms, and with MFC Novo, you will find me as well. Okay, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, I have the same username on all of them, so it's easier for you to find me. Okay, and we can keep engaging and talking.
That's great. And I just want to just mention my show for next week, because normally we're on Thursdays at 17:10 European time. But next week it will be on Wednesday at the same time. And I have Michelle Moreno. She is one of my early trainers. She's been on multiple US TV shows in Hollywood. She is the best of the best with promoting video confidence. I cannot recommend anybody more than Michelle. So
Awesome.
please tune in next week for that. And we hope you've enjoyed the show. We've loved having you here. And for the moment, it's bye-bye from me, Alec.
Bye-bye.
And
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
bye-bye from Marco. We'll see you next time.